Faith right over the top. They want to try and bring down Shen down here in the bottom lane. The Centaur just slowing down that ES. There is another waveform coming up, but CM just lock him in place. Perfect positioning. Munches on the Tango. Thinks she might go south, but there's not the right hole. And 1-1 now come onto the board. And Minisky Gaming get themselves up on the board for the kill counts, while Windrunner continues to free farm that top lane with the Kasha, trying to do whatever she can to actually stop it up there. I'd actually like to say we'll have a save game now coming out. I'm on it, boys. Don't you worry. So save game coming out 4 minutes and 5 seconds into this game so far. Waiting for the right time to actually have a push up there on the top lane. Ferrari can really pressure that top tower quite easily. Doesn't want to do so too much though. Obviously just wants to try and keep the pressure on the Queen of Pain herself. So she's even just scared to hang around that tower. That's where the power's going to come from. The Queen of Pain, very, very hard here to solo, especially against a Windrunner. And Naruga Windrunner diving the tower up here on the top lane right now. The healing staff is going off. 1 hit, 2 hit. It's gone for the power shot, but Akash just moving inside the trees there. Managing to actually avoid off the edge there. And Windrunner cannot actually go back just yet. There's no creep wave on the tower, so basically forced to hang around. She might even get the courier. The courier's flying up at the moment. She's just targeting on Akasha, who runs to the tier 1 tower, and then Windrunner forced to move back before she actually gains the aggro of the creep wave. And in fact, it's going to run straight into Tinker, coming on through. ES turns around as well. Fiji goes out. Windrunner's locked. Off she goes for the speed. She might even escape. This is literally a manhunt, or woman hunt in this case. Windrunner moving back through the middle lane. Rockets fire off. Down on HP. 150, 60 now. It's all on the back right now. Support is going to come on through. The Crows are literally being scouting around. Laser comes out. That felt like way too much effort. Way too much effort for one Windrunner. He was literally confident enough to try and push that one out. Hopefully we'll see one of either the Shen or Enigma, who've been disappeared the entire game, move up towards that top tower, help try and push it out and try and take out that tier 1 tower. That will allow Windrunner to have that little bit more flexibility to move themselves out. Continuous stun now going through the middle. Fiji goes off. They might turn around and fight it. Yes, they will. The Frost goes up. And, well, that Shadow Fiend looks very, very weird when he's actually frosted. Decides to actually go for one of the raises, but decides against it halfway through the animation. So just basically trying to intimidate the Minisky people to actually fall back in the middle lane. The big thing just before as well, we actually saw Tinker get the last hit there on the Windrunner. One good thing, Windrunner went down. Second good thing, Tinker actually got the kill. That's the biggest thing. You see the boots come, and hopefully boots, nulls, BTs, and then she can move herself all around the map right now. Tinker though, very, very raw build. Like we're seeing nothing but tangos and a mantle. That's literally the extent of her items. Jump yourself down towards Morphling though on the bottom lane. He's got himself Trez, Ring of Basilius, a couple of Vinewood branches. We'll convert those into a magic wand a little bit later down the track. Very, very inexpensive item, but very, very crucial item as well. Allows you to just get that a little bit more off as Akasha doing this a very, very hard way. Windrunner being forced to actually fall back up here on the top lane. Doesn't actually have a creep wave, and now a double creep wave through the Windrunner pull, through the Queen of Pain pull. Windrunner's going to have to try and defend it off right now. Looks like bottom lane actually only just managing to escape as well. Morphling was on the back of that one. Ping's just missing off a little bit there. Windrunner is just falling back a little bit. Queen of Pain blinks up, wants to have a go. Shackle shot. Could you predict that even better, Ferrari? I don't think you could. Wants to turn around, wants to do a little bit more damage. Enigma now going to come in from the sides. They will claim Akasha. She doesn't have a blink off anymore. She used it to actually initiate there on Ferrari. And great timing then once again from Dady to come in from the trees. Tinker also being a little bit more aggressive here in the middle lane, just popping off the laser, wants to get those rockets off, wants to keep the pressure on that Shadow Fiend, who's just running those bottle charges off. The continual harassment, of course, just stopping those bottle charges from doing their work. Windrunner, I cannot believe how low on HP she is up there on the top lane. SF still waiting to push off this middle lane. It's very, very hard to do when Tinker's hanging around there. He's finally got his boots on him. He hasn't had that in a while. He's been running the bottle instead. So just got to wait for the right time to actually go. There goes the Razors. 1-2. Just wiped out that creep wave. Allows him to push down a little bit further. Morphling does get stunned on the bottom lane. Just trying to VS. Just trying to slow that approach down that bottom lane. Roar goes off. Just dropping the armor as well. Wait for the right time. Finally we see Windrunner using a healing staff. Get herself up a little bit further on the health. Want to try and control his area. Morphling just pushing this bottom lane at the moment. Free farm for him down there in the bottom lane. VS really can't engage him too much. Razor still collecting those souls in that middle lane. Wants to get back up in the items. Wants to make sure there is nothing for Tinker to deny. Instead, just run those ball charges. Keep that mana up. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if we're actually running 2 couriers at the moment. One for SF and one for the rest of the team. Happens a hell of a lot, especially when you solo that SF. So it is running back and forth. Farm just, you got to be still be careful though. Enigma and Shen, they just keep on disappearing. They'll appear for a kill and then just disappear off the map. You don't know if they're in the Sentinel, are they in the Scourge? You don't really know. You got to have your wards up to keep your tabs on that one as well. It's a lot harder. Windrunner now pushing out this top lane a little bit further. Akash, not going to be too concerned about that. She's going to be happy when she clocks level 6 as well, where she literally just has that wave of terror to go straight over the top of everyone, and we'll use that to get those last hits there on the Windrunner. Windrunner still very, very squishy for what she is. She is like basically an intel hero, is the best way of actually putting her. She may look like Drow range, she may look like she actually got the Agi skills through the arrows, but a lot of her abilities are through the spam. You've got to actually spam those abilities up there, through the power shot, through the shackle, and really stay on top of those battles and just deal the raw damage, which is where she really gets her power from. That's why she's really scared for scary for most people she face. SF sitting right on top of the tower, they're going to dive it, but yes, Sun goes through, Tinker's in trouble in the middle, one Razor is all they need, and it's all on the back of SF once again. I think there's 2 kills he's got so far for his team out of the 3 which is there. They want to kill that tower as fast as they can. Razor will, Shadow Fiend will turn around, Razor that creep wave up a little, use those conversions, try and push the tower off. There goes the Razor. It's not exactly on target, but the creep wave split up, so it was hard to actually get them all off. And now they push this tower off. ES Fissure goes off. Will there be a defense? It might be. Is there a Glymph? Is there a Glymph? No, there's not a Glymph. They will come through. In fact, CM also trying to go for a deny from the trees there. Not coming off with the goods. But Tier 1 Tower is the first one to actually go down for the match. Morphling was trying to make it the second, but he was trying to push up that bottom lane and has been successfully defended so far. That power shot just from the Windrunner on the top lane, able to really push her out so hard. Mid lane pressure still being applied. With that Tier 1 tower down, the girls can literally move themselves across the river with well, a lot more freedom there. They don't have that big rally point in the front. That's another big thing too. You look towards the Sentinel side right now. They can really stay on top of it if they can keep their positions up on the field. It's just one of those things you go, you know what? I can stay on it. It's not going to be a problem. I can just TP myself back in and everything will be fine in the woods. But it doesn't really happen that way. Not when the Tier 1 tower's down. You lose that extra support and things never go exactly quite right. And because the woods are a very bad place to even be at any time for the main fact that Shen, Enigma, they just love those jungles right now. And Queen of Pain, Roar goes off, blinks up, VS runs down low. They might be able to catch her off. And yeah, she's blocked in the trees. The magic missile, Ferrari once again getting the last hits. They've really got to praise Deity for the support heroes doing their jobs to actually get on top now and get those last hits onto the backs of the carries. Morphling still wants to push up that bottom lane. SF has actually switched himself around now down towards that bottom lane. Ogreax on top of him. He wants to go BKB. In comes the wave on the back of the Fissure. Sean's in trouble on the bottom lane. Trying to follow himself back. One TP is going to come around. Turns himself around. It should be in time. It's taking a little bit longer because there's more people there at the moment. Now it's Enigma going to come on down. Can he get close enough? Can he get that continuous stun off? No, he won't. He's just going to basically just fall back and say, you know what, let's just defend the tower. Sounds like a plan. It'll be okay. We'll be fine. SF, couple of Razors, demolishes the crew wave a little bit more. There's Enigma farm up a little bit more. Enigma with that Soul Ring on there. Very few items, obviously. So boots, Soul Ring, basic. Nothing to really keep himself up. He has been disappeared the entire game, so farm will be there galore. So look for that Bulling Dagger to come out in the next couple of minutes. Top tower, very easy to push there, especially when Shen's running around. Even though he's level 6, he still has that army with him through the Centaur, giving them the Endurance or the Troll Warlord. Look for that net. We saw it in the last game, just how effective it was, just holding one of those heroes out of play, and then managed to actually basically kill him while he was sitting there as well. So look for that Tier 2 tower. Queen of Pain, try and defend it as much as you possibly can right now. Windrunner not even caring. They're literally just focusing this tower. They've got to fight the Shen army as well as Windrunner, so be very careful if they want to have a go. And rockets fly out from Tinker. This might be the time for Ari to on low HP. Wave comes out, the scream, but they actually managed to live. VS swap, Manez actually come out in the Kasha, Shackle as well. They're going to bring down Queen of Pain. What a massive play! Massive play from Deity. This is their A game. They brought it right here for the round of 16. They push onto that Tier 2 tower on that top lane as well. And while all that's happening, Tier 2 tower will go down. The mid lane Tinker, he was there. They were waiting for the right time, but there was no time. He's fallen himself back, wants to try and defend out wherever he possibly can right now. The bottom lane is being pressured by Morphling. He's been absent for every single battle so far, so they're just waiting for it to come on through. Enigma, Black Hole! Black Hole holds him! SF! Oh, team doesn't come! ES is the other one to go down just then. So Queen of Pain just getting themselves right into the mix. You thought it was there. You seriously thought it was there. Didn't want to come. 2-6, Sentinel lose 1. And now they'll push out this this mid lane once again. Top lane pushing itself. Queen of Pain well out of a depth just there. 13 minutes in, only level 6, having a bit of a hard time to come on through. Looks like VS and Morphling playing silly buggers down there in the bottom lane as well. Windrunner trying to actually push through this bottom lane. We're going to have a bit of a save game coming out as well just before we see any more engagements coming out. So boys, prepare yourselves. There will be a slight pause as we do this. 13 minutes, 24 seconds into this game. There is no way this is still 2-6. The entire matches here at SMM, they've been so intense throughout the entire time. The pressure being applied by all teams, but still low kill counts coming out of it. Now the shackle goes, oh, massive on the bottom lane. Morphling was not going to survive that one. CM was hanging around inside the trees as well. They're going to try and go for her. In fact, will they get her? Where is it? The shackle cancels the TP. Bye, CM. Tier 1 tower will get pushed down now, and that was going to be very, very easy. There's enough of a creep wave to actually do so, even if the new one does come through. SF, couple of raises later, and it's all going to go their way. Good kills coming through. Tier 1 tower goes down. The last hit, of course, goes on the back of Sean, so even more money onto him to help him complete that BKB, which he is obviously trying to build up right now too. Every single Tier 1 tower now down for the Sentinel side. Scourge, this is a very, very similar situation to what we saw in a couple of matches ago when we actually saw all Tier 1 towers up, all Tier 2 towers down. Hasn't happened just yet. There's still 2 Tier 2 towers up for the Sentinel side, but every single tower is still intact here for the Deity team. In fact, bottom tower is the only tower that actually even been hit. Every other tower is still sitting up on full HP. They want to wait for the right time to push those down. And of course, the time is not going to be something you want to wait for. You've got to get yourself in there. If you don't, then you're going to fall yourselves back. You sit in your own lanes and you go, what the hell am I doing? Like, I'm just walking around in circles. There's nothing I can really do. Can I go gank someone? Can I go kill someone? Can I do something like maybe even kill Roshan? That might actually help. Aegis Immortal now going on down. Will they catch him out? Morphling is there. In fact, Morphling might be caught out. Rockets flying on through. Rangers will bring down Morphling before they can even do anything. Mega kill. VS swap. Tinker. Your BT is about to be delayed. Massive volley from Queen of Pain flying right over the top here. Tinker does get out there. Great fissure. Just blocking off that ramp. There's a very, very small gap, but everyone had to walk around there, so they claim one apiece there. Long Diddy is the one to actually go down, and with the 2 heroes down, they want to try and push